From the slums of Belleville, this is Tank's Vlog for January 13th, 2019, wrapping up the day in sports. We're brought to you by Allow Me to Be Frank, the weekly podcast you can hear on SoundCloud and iTunes. Be sure to listen. We'll be doing new episodes again soon. As we get closer to baseball season, we're going to be focusing more on the Mets this year. So keep an ear out. I'm sure you'll enjoy. Subscribe, SoundCloud, and iTunes. And also go to my YouTube channel. You'll want to see my videos directly. I have a great video I put up as part of yesterday's On This Date. Yes, it was the 50th anniversary of Super Bowl III. You can watch my videos directly on YouTube sometimes. Of course, it's always best to watch through Barstool Sports because there's a good story involved there. But you could subscribe to everything, anywhere, anytime. And here we go. As mentioned, it was the 50th anniversary of Super Bowl 50 on Saturday. And a team that had half of that long suffering as the Jet fans are is the Chiefs. Although the Chiefs haven't been to the Super Bowl in nearly 50 years themselves. They hadn't won a home playoff game since 1994. In fact, the last time the Chiefs won a home playoff game was a couple of days after Tonya Harding had Nancy Kerrigan going, "Why?" I mean, and they had 6 home playoff games that they lost. That's a record. No one had ever lost 6 straight home playoff games. Just think, some teams haven't even been to the playoffs 6 times since 1993. Lions, Browns. The Bills have only been to the playoffs once this century. The Jets, I don't think the Jets... Have the Jets had 6 home playoff games in total in their whole existence? Let me see. 68, 69, 81, 85... Yeah, the Jets have had about 6 or 7 home playoff games. So that just puts in perspective how awful losing 6 home playoff games was. But this time it was different. This time the Chiefs had Patrick Mahomes. Now Mahomes, who had 50 touchdown passes in the regular season, did not get a touchdown pass on Saturday, although it was good enough as they did beat the Indianapolis Colts 31-13. Instead, he got one out by his legs, and 3 other running backs scored for the Chiefs, who played the ball smartly. They balanced well. Mahomes, he's got that magical ability. I love the way he when he's about ready, when he's in trouble, he's able to sidearm the ball. And what I've noticed about his sidearm is he's got an incredible zip, boom, boom, boom. I don't know if I've ever seen a quarterback that could throw the ball harder. It's like a dart. It's like poof, poof, poof. Bullet. I mean, he literally, when the ball comes out of his hand, it's like a bullet. I tell you, the Chiefs got them pick this guy right out of the right spot. I mean, there was some risk. Texas Tech wasn't exactly a great college. He was coached by Cliff Kingsbury. Which is got Cliff Kingsbury an NFL job. But he's got this certain it factor. And Andrew Luck has an it factor too for the Colts. And, the Colts, hell of a job. I know Colt fans might be disappointed, especially my neighbor. But when you were 1-5, Indianapolis Colt fans, when you were 1-5, you were thinking about trading Andrew Luck, rebuilding, starting over. Now you got a playoff appearance, a playoff win. Andrew Luck is healthy. You got a running back. You got an improved defense. You got an improved offensive line, although the offensive line struggled today. Add a few pieces, and next year's Super Bowl is in Miami. And each the last 2 times the Super Bowl was in Miami, the Colts were in the game. And also keep this in mind. All 4 times the Colts have been in the Super Bowl was played in Miami. Especially Super Bowl III, which of course, 50th anniversary on Saturday. So you can check out this story from Saturdays on this date. In the NFC, it was another team running the ball down someone's throats. Jared Goff, not sharp. Only 15 to 28 yards, 28 passing, and 186 yards. But, C.J. Anderson picked up off the scrap heap. Rushed for 123 yards and 2 touchdowns. Todd Gurley, 115 yards with a touchdown. Rams, 273 yards on the ground. If you rush for 273 yards on the ground, 9 out of 10 times you're going to win. And the Rams just ran all over the Cowboys. Got the 30-22 win. Now are in the NFC Championship game, while the Chiefs will be hosting their championship game next week against the winner of Patriots and Chargers. The Rams are up in the air. If it's the Eagles that win, the game will be in L.A. If the Saints win, they'll be going down to New Orleans next week. So, there we have it. We have half of the championship games are set as the NFL season dwindles down to the last few games. Just think, there's only 5 meaningful games left in this season. And the Pro Bowl. Which is like, I mean, the Pro Bowl has gotten so bad, it's almost a situation where it's a Clockwork Orange to watch it. So there you have it. It's going to be Rams against the winner of the Eagles and Saints. And the Chiefs hosting the Patriots or the Chargers. NHL on Saturday. Mackenzie Blackwood returned to the lineup and the Devils won. I don't know what it is, but there's something good about him. He's 22 years old, just turned 22 recently. And he just looks better. He has a better old game than Keith Kincaid. I mean, I looked it up. He's rated 30th overall as a prospect in the NHL. Not that high, but not that low either. So I think this guy might be the goalie of the future. I think it's starting to look that way. This is his first rivalry game, and the Devils beat the Flyers 3-2. Score closer than it actually looks. The Flyers did score that empty net goal with 2 seconds left. I mean, that's just more frustrating than anything else. But what I love is I got all day long, if you follow the Devil mascot on Twitter, NJ Devil, he had a orange mop that he put a face on it. And damn it, it really looked like Gritty. Fool me, I actually thought it was Gritty. Great job of trolling. Absolute great job. It was the Rangers beating the Islanders 2-1 in Brooklyn. It's the first time that the Rags actually won a game in Brooklyn. It was the Lightning striking down the Sabres 5-3. David Pastrnak scored as the Bruins went to Toronto and beat the Maple Leafs 3-2. Carey Price was magic. Was right on the money as the Canadiens beat the Avalanche 3-0. The Blue Jackets got a goal from Artem Panarin in overtime to beat the Washington Capitals 2-1. Tyler Bertuzzi had his first career NHL hat-trick on Saturday night as the Detroit Red Wings downed the Minnesota Wild 5-2. It was Shea Theodore scoring in overtime as the Vegas Golden Knights down the Blackhawks 4-3. Blues beat the Stars 3-1. Arizona Coyotes 3-2 winners over the Oilers. It was the Sharks taking a bite out of the Senators 4-1, and the Kings socked the Penguins 5-2. On hardwood, it was the Detroit Pistons 109-104 winners over the Clippers as Blake Griffin returned to face his former team, dropping 44 points on the Clippers with 8 rebounds and 5 assists. The Miami Heat beat the Grizzlies 112-108. It was the Magic stunning the Celtics 105-103. Celtics just can't seem to get it rolling. 25-17, 10-12 on the road. Every time it looks like they're about to go on a big run, it's like they blow a tire, and they blew a tire again today against the mediocre to awful Magic, who are 18-24 after the win. This game, Celtics have no business losing. The Timberwolves continue their strong play as of late, as Karl Anthony Towns had 27 points, 27 rebounds in a 110-106 win over the Pelicans. The Thunder beat the Spurs 122-112. It was the Suns eclipsing the Nuggets 102-93. And Knicks fans, that's good. Because now the Suns have more wins than the Knicks. It was the Jazz hitting the right notes against the Chicago Terribles, winning 110-102. And the Kings crowned the Hornets 104-97. Today's 3 stars is C.J. Anderson of the Rams, Blake Griffin of the Pistons, and Carey Price of the Canadiens. Today's birthday shout-out goes to, remember the 86 Mets, who the Mets traded away because they thought he was a bad influence. And 3 years later, he wins the National League MVP with the San Francisco Giants. I'm talking about Kevin Mitchell, who turns 57. And of course, you know what Kevin Mitchell is most famous for with the Mets, scoring the tying run on a wild pitch in Game 6. He was part of that big rally. And when we look back to 1974. When the Miami Dolphins, led by Larry Csonka, you want to talk about a team running over somebody? The Dolphins ran all over the Vikings that day. Csonka, at the time, set a record 145 yards on the ground in Super Bowl VIII. Now, this was the last meaningful game where the goalposts were in front of the goal of the end zone. They would move it to the back of the end zone where it has been ever since in the following season. And the most dangerous play is the video of Csonka hitting the goalpost as he dove into the end zone, just crushing the Viking spirits. That made it 24-0, and of course the Dolphins would win the game 24-7. Some people say the 73 Dolphins were even better than the 72 Dolphins. But that was 2 straight Super Bowls, and they haven't won one since. And they're not going to win one for a very long time because our owner is a moron! You know, I didn't like Adam Gase. I didn't think Adam Gase was a good coach. The players didn't like him. And I don't think the Jets made the right choice. I think he's going to be a disaster in New York. But he told the idiot, buffoon of an owner, that Ryan Tannehill sucks. And our owner goes, no, he's good. I like him. We go 8-8 every year. Isn't that good? 8-8. I like going 8-8. You know, you're not losing that much, but you're not winning that much. You break it even. I'm even Stephen Ross, and I'm a freaking moron. I just know the Dolphins are going to suck forever because it's going to be more mediocrity. They're going to get Joe Flacco. They're going to piss me off and trade away draft picks instead of trying to do this right thing and suck and rebuild. But no, they're going to get Joe Flacco. And it's going to be more of the same bullshit. Aggravation. That's all I get from my sports teams. Aggravation. The Dolphins owner is a total moron. Why can't we get good owners? He might be even worse than the Wilpon. Stephen Ross is a total idiot. Don't forget, go to Barstool Sports for the full story. SportsEncyclopedia.com. Visit my YouTube channel, my Twitter account. Allow me to be frank. iCloud, SoundCloud, iTunes, whatever they call it. Good day.